So as far as my first impressions with this palette, I like it. The packaging is pretty. I love how they did the reflective for the gold. It's not the same as other Morphe palettes I've noticed, not being plastic, but this is some kind of like, maybe I would say like cardboard type texture, which isn't terrible. You know, it's still doable. It doesn't have a mirror. You can see like the kind of material it is. It doesn't have a mirror, whatever, fine. I have hundreds, so. When I first opened it, you could see little like fallout inside the packaging, which isn't terrible, but I don't appreciate that. You can see more here. Yeah, so I'm not too excited. Like, it's on the plastic, so. But this looks like there's a big chunk taken out right there from this here. So who knows? It's just one for now. There's a few more that are like that, but I'm not too worried about it. Same here. So let's take the names off and just look at the pigment. This palette really is quite beautiful. I've heard several reviews on YouTube and Instagram that a lot of these colors can be found in other palettes that are Morphe. The reason why I got this is my first Morphe palette, so obviously I can't piece together Morphe palettes to end up with these colors, but I have seen a lot of these colors in other Morphe palettes. So this palette might not be a necessity unless you want them all together like so, but it is really pretty. I'm really glad I got this one. And of course it has the all black. Some really pretty browns here. I was really glad that this palette had mattes and shimmer shades. I think that the ones that were chosen complement each other very well, can be used very well together. So yeah, let's do some swatches. So I have a fresh arm that I'm going to be doing swatches on for you. I'm thinking about just going row by row this way. And I will also try to make a note of all the names as I go. So this is just, I haven't scraped anything. I have never touched any of these colors in this palette as of yet. This will be all from factory. This is all from how it came from Ulta when I bought it. So let's go ahead and start with Glare at the top left. Okay. Now let's do Sandy. That finger's Sandy. Ooh. Maybe I didn't get enough. That was not cute. Let's try that again. Maybe I need to like, oh no, this is, oh boy. Not that great. That was a different finger than before. I have a little wipe here that I'm using to wipe my fingers as I go, but that second one, Sandy, that's okay. We'll just pray that it does better with the brush. So next we're gonna do Glow On, which is beautiful. I love that. Glow On. Okay. Okay. Island Life. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay. Ooh, yeah. That is a definite yes. Deserted. Worse Than Sandy. Way worse. Yeah. So I have pigments like that from the dollar store that do better than that, but that's okay because we're gonna hopefully scrape them, wet a brush, hopefully dig into those and they'll be a little bit better. Paradise, which was the one that did have a little crack in it. Paradise here. Another beautiful shade like Island Life. That was beautiful. That was wonderful. I love that. And Toasted. This is Toasted. Okay. So it started off good, but as I went along, it didn't really do much more after. It seems like it'll be a patchy shade, Toasted does, but we'll see. As far as the top row, my favorites are Island Life and Paradise. Maybe Toasted is if we can get that one to show up a lot more. So this is the first row. There are a ton of people outside my house. So excuse the little bit of mess, but I love my bedroom, but look at where it's positioned. Like, if I have my window open for light, I can just see everything and people can see me. And I don't appreciate that. I had to adjust my lighting a little bit, but let's just go into the second row. So let's start with Glare. Oh boy. Maybe I'm not getting enough. Or no, that's not Glare. Tropics. Tropics. This is like, this shade right here reminds me of the people that clock in for work and then go straight to the bathroom. This is like, it showed up for a second, but the more I rub it, the patchier and less visible it gets. So it's basically gone. That's basically just my skin now. That's okay though. Poolside. Okay, I got it a lot on that one, so. Beautiful. That's gorgeous. Copacabana. Beautiful. Matte shade. Nikki. Matte shade. Okay. For Sure. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. That was gorgeous. This is Hotness. Absolutely stunning. Triple Digit. Okay, not terrible. Those last three on that second row are beautiful, and so is the second one, Poolside, as well as Copacabana. The matte one and Tropics aren't really doing it for me. Like these, clocked out, left early, didn't VTO. Know what I'm saying? So I got a fresh arm. Let's do the third row. First one, third row, Hey Vacay. Pretty. Record Temps, a matte shade. Am I like not swatching it correctly? Is that what's happening here? So I dragged that kind of chunk at the top down and that's what happened. So, anyway. Sunning. Beautiful. Summer Vibes. Again, beautiful. Love both of those. Bronze Out. That's a great one. Those last three were really pretty. Okay, here comes a matte. I'm gonna get a little bit more than I've been doing. It's called SPF. That is not even, like, okay. Do you see all that? That's all chunk. I don't know how close I can get, but that's all chunk right there. Now I'm smoothing it. Sexy Beach. Beautiful. And yes, there is a color in between here, right there. That's SPF. Sexy Beach. I'm gonna go ahead and do the fourth row here. SOL. That's the first patchy shimmery shade. Or let me not. That's the first shade of the fourth row, and it's a little patchy for a shimmery shade. There have been a couple other patchy shimmeries on the other rows, but this one is the first for the fourth row. So Golden, which is kind of like a greeny gold. That's not terrible. That's better than the last as far as the swatch. Rays, pretty, very pretty. Matte, a dark matte shade, Roastin'. Okay, that is how they're supposed to come out. That is how they are all supposed to swatch, just like that. All the matte shades. The previous mattes have not been that great. Remember here and here. That is how they're supposed to swatch right there. So that was Roastin'. Tan Up, another matte. Okay. Not terrible, but chunky up here, pasty patchy down here. Now I can smooth it out and try to make it look better, but that's all I can do. So that last one was Tan Up. And there's two more in this row. Beach Mood, a shimmer. Okay, pretty. Beach Mood. And the last pigment in this row is Heat Wave, and it's a matte. Do you see what I mean? Like, maybe I'm doing it wrong. There's just a huge chunk up here. That's a huge chunk. And then it doesn't spread down. But I can like move it down. And I don't know if people do that in swatches or not. I've never seen that, but that's what I did here. This one did it a little. You can see my fingerprints still. Maybe I don't know. Third and fourth row. Left to right. So from SOL to Heat Wave. Let me go wash this arm. The last row starts with the shimmer shade. We have Solstice. Beautiful. 101 Degrees. That's really pretty. I should be taking flash photos of these so you guys can see better because my lighting, I had to switch my window because there were people outside, so it's not as good light, but that one is actually really pretty. 101 Degrees. Tantalize. Very pretty. That's sideways, but that is so pretty. I love all three of those, honestly. The first matte shade in the last row is Equator. What? No way. I know I'm not doing this wrong. Ooh, I didn't know this one had glitter. It does not look like it has glitter from looking at it in the package, but when I just swatched it on my finger, it has a ton of glitter. That's so pretty. This is called Burnt. Okay, so it's swatched right in between how the shimmers have been doing and how the mattes have been doing. Not great, but not terrible. Way better than the mattes, not as good as the shimmers. But there's glitter, so that kind of makes it okay. Yeah, that's so pretty. That is really pretty. All right, second to last of the last row, Night Dip. Pretty. It's a black shimmer, but with glitter. So those two that I just did both have actual glitter. They're not just shimmer, they're like mattes with glitter, is what I'm getting from those. One more shade left, Deepened. Should be a matte black, and it is, but I clocked out early. Actually, most of it is still at work, okay? Still at work. Not transferring very well. But black is definitely a shade that's buildable, so I know I can work with black, and I know just about anybody can work with black. It's the other matte shades that I'm not so sure about being buildable, usable, as far as just the top surface. I have heard that some people are scraping all of their shades before even doing swatches, so, but I wanted to give you guys like a brand new, just open the box kind of review. Like, I haven't done anything to it. So let me pause here and take a flash photo of the last row. So I did not think until just now that I can actually just take a flash video. So these two are the ones I was saying are like mattes with glitter. Okay, Solstice, 101 Degrees, Tantalize, first three of the last row. Beautiful shades, right? Equator was a matte, not that great. Burnt was the matte with glitter. Night Dip was a matte with glitter. Deep End was the matte black, which actually doesn't look all that black next to Night Dip, which is pretty not okay. I wish I did this with all of the swatches now, but this is how most all the shimmer shades were swatching. Pretty good, not terrible. Some of the lighter shades didn't swatch as well with me. Like I said, I didn't add any setting spray, never used a brush, I didn't scrape any of the shades. Just used my finger. Oh, you can see the glitter in these. It's so pretty. Not too many of the mattes impress me, which the only reason I'm fine with is because there's not many mattes in the palette to begin with. If this palette were all mattes and they all performed like how most of them did, then I would be very disgruntled. I would not be happy with this. But since the palette has a lot of good shimmer shades, I'm not too worried about it. Now these may perform better once they're scraped, but like I said before, this review is just straight from the packaging. This palette is not necessary unless, like I said before, you just want all of these shades together in one palette to use. If I were to rate the palette, it would probably be like a 7 out of 10, just because I've seen amazing palettes that have better performing mattes, even from Morphe, so definitely go buy if you want to try it out like me. I'm not at all totally knocking the product, I'm just giving you guys my personal review.